Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Does your liver need a detox? Well, even the doctors are saying it does nowadays. Things have changed. Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, where I cut through the noise and fast track your journey to better health. I'm your host, Sara Banta, CEO and founder of Accelerated Health Products and certified by the National Association of Nutritional Professionals. I'm here to share the latest on supplements, wellness hacks, natural health solutions that actually work, from boosting energy to detoxing to balancing your hormones and everything in between. I will help you reach your optimal health, and everything I mentioned starts in the liver. And we don't think about it. We think, it just does its job, right? It doesn't get much attention unless something's gone terribly wrong, like fatty liver disease or a scary diagnosis or elevated lab results, which is happening more and more. Higher cholesterol out of the blue, higher blood sugar out of the blue, higher ferritin out of the blue, hormones tanking, thyroid numbers tanking. Guess what? Your liver's involved. So today I'm going to walk you through 7 powerful reasons detoxing your liver is no longer optional. It is essential. Detoxing is not a fad or a trend or just for the crazy health-minded people. Well, you're probably one of those health-minded people because you're watching this. It is for everybody. And if you don't love on your liver, things could go downwards very quickly. We're going to talk about what's overwhelming your liver today, why it's not the same as our grandparents' years, why traditional detoxes can be backfire. Maybe that's why you're feeling worse after your liver detox. How to truly support your liver without starving. I'm not going to put you on a juice cleanse. They don't work and they could backfire. Without sulfur or oxalate ingredients. And no gimmicks, right? And I will give you the exact protocol I use with my clients to safely and effectively support this detox powerhouse. You will feel amazing when you love on your liver. So let's get into it. Why should you care? Well, the liver is the CEO of detoxification, metabolism. Who's gaining weight out of the blue? Not changing anything. You're working out. You're even sleeping. You're eating clean, maybe even a keto or a low-carb diet, and you're gaining weight. Digestion, you're bloated, you're constipated, things aren't working down there. Well, the liver is responsible for filtering and neutralizing toxins. Part of the issue today in 2025 is the toxins are so much worse and so many more than ever before in history. We allow in the United States so many more toxins than Europe or other countries do. That's an issue. Our bucket's full. Our liver can only handle so much, and then it overflows and says, I give up. We use our liver to process used up hormones like the bad estrogens, insulin, and cortisol. We need to get those out of the body, not recycle. The liver converts the thyroid hormone, the inactive T4, into active T3. Active T3 is your metabolism. If that conversion isn't happening, that's where the weight gain, the edema, the brain fog, the hair loss, the water retention all come from. The bloat, the constipation. All of that is related to your thyroid. Your liver produces bile for fat digestion and toxin elimination. So when you don't produce the bile to help break down the fats, guess what? You're going to feel nauseous when you eat that high-fat ketogenic diet or that nice piece of salmon or any amount of fat. The liver breaks down chemicals, drugs, the plastics that you're hearing about in the news, the pesticides, you name it. It is a 24/7 operation. It doesn't break. In fact, if you're waking up between 2 and 4 in the morning, that's your liver. That's your liver saying, help me. I need help. I cannot do all this work alone. It does not take a vacation. And in today's toxic world, it is in crisis mode. We are exposed to over 700,000 synthetic chemicals, 700,000. From EMFs on every single device that you're using, including me, plastic seed oils, xenoestrogens, heavy metals, mold, which is everywhere, pharmaceuticals. Yes, every drug you take, even that little piece of Advil, when you've got a little pain, your liver's got to process it, and it looks at it as a poison. And even that alcohol and tobacco. Yeah, alcohol is a poison. Your body sees it as a poison. Even chemicals in the healthy foods and supplements, and even some healthy foods that no longer are healthy for you, like the sulfur group or the oxalates. What are those? The broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, oxalates, almonds, most nuts, spinach. What are you putting in your green drink? Celery juice. They could be backfiring and hurting your liver. And the liver has to deal with all of it. So if you're feeling tired, puffy, foggy, hormonal, bloated, you're not broken. Your liver is just waving that white flag. So let's dive into the 7 red flags. Number 1, you have frequent headaches or migraines. They're called liver headaches. I get them. I did get them. My liver was in a horrific situation about 9 months ago. And I was exposed to the spike protein. I was then taking a toxic supplement and all of the other things on top of it. My body said, nope, no, thank you. I was getting headaches. I was getting skin breakouts. I could not process my protein. I was losing muscle. I had brain fog. I had bloat. I had all these symptoms, and they all pointed to the liver because the liver said, I don't know what to do here. I need help. So if you're getting those headaches, especially if they show up around your cycle or after certain foods, your liver clears histamine, inflammatory compounds, and estrogen byproducts. Histamine intolerance has gone through the roof on people that didn't have issues with it before because of the spike protein in the pandemic. That has made everything worse. The world has changed. Since 2020 to 2024, the world has changed. When the liver's congested, these build up, leading to vascular tension and neurological inflammation in the brain. If you're sensitive to wine, cheese, perfume, or experience hormonal migraines, your liver might be behind it. Maybe you could drink a glass of wine before, and now you can't. One sip gives you a headache. Sign number 2, you have mood swings, anxiety, and irritability. In Chinese medicine, your liver holds that frustration and anger. Every organ has an emotion tied to it. This is a big one. How many people do you know never had depression or anxiety before, and now they do? Your liver helps regulate cortisol, adrenaline, and estrogen, which in turn affects serotonin and dopamine. When it's sluggish, those chemicals become imbalanced. When I was going through my situation, my cortisol was through the roof. I could not feel settled. I've never had an issue with anxiety in my life, and all of a sudden I did. Also, testosterone plummeted, my thyroid hormones plummeted. Should I have gone out and gotten on testosterone or free T3 medication? No, because my body was in survival mode. It was in a cellular adapted response, meaning my body was trying to deal with this over here. So it was saving the energy and down regulating the hormones over here. And in fact, if I had dumped on exogenous hormones or exogenous supplements that were too much for my liver, it would have made things worse. It's not processing those hormones because the liver can't process anything when it's under attack. And so it would have overloaded it, made me feel worse. So ever feel emotionally explosive, overwhelmed for no reason, or in a constant state of agitation, you might be dealing with a physiological issue, not a psychological one. And you want to look at your liver. Number 3, acne, rashes, skin breakouts. Your skin is that backup detox organ. It is the largest detox organ. So when the liver's overburdened, it says, hey, I got to get these toxins out, and my liver, I can't deal with it. Hey, skin, you've got to do it. That's why sweating is so great, because sweating gets those toxins out. I love my hot yoga. I love my sauna. Just even working out gets the circulation going and gets those toxins out, lowers the burden on the liver. But when my liver was under attack, I had a rash all over my trunk, my back, my neck, and parasites and worms were literally crawling out of my skin. My liver couldn't handle the parasitic infection that was spurred by the spike protein and the liver and my immune system all under attack at once. It was a firestorm. So skin issues like acne, eczema, psoriasis are often a liver issue, not a skincare issue. And a lot of times people doing a liver cleanse will see little breakouts in the beginning because the body is trying to purge. But then after that final liver cleanse or the flush, and we'll talk about that in a minute, you will actually see glowing skin. It will calm down. The inflammation will calm down as soon as all the toxins and the gallstones are out of the body. Number 4, unexplained fatigue. So you wake up tired even though you're sleeping, and maybe you're waking up in the middle of the night, which is your liver screaming at you. The liver helps with thyroid conversion, that T4 to T3. So if you're not converting those hormones, you're going to be tired. That's your metabolism. That's your energy. Blood sugar regulation. Your liver regulates your blood sugar. Have your blood sugar numbers gone up and you haven't changed anything? That's the liver. My blood sugar had gone up. I don't eat sugar. I eat fruit a little bit. I eat some carbs, but they're the healthy whole food carbs. My blood sugar should not have been high. It also clears out the mitochondrial toxins. So those toxins make you feel sluggish. You are only as healthy as your cells. So if your liver is sluggish, it impacts your cellular energy production. I'm not talking about the monster drink or the coffee and the caffeine. We're talking about your cellular energy. Number 5, bloating, nausea after fatty meals. If you can't tolerate those healthy fats like avocado, salmon, eggs, it's likely not the food, but the bile. Your bile is made in the liver, stored in the gallbladder. If either is congested, that fat digestion slows and you feel heavy, nauseous, or bloating after eating. And this is a classic liver gallbladder distress signal. And that would happen to me. I love salmon. 2 bites in, I go, whoa, I can't eat anymore. Now I can eat like 4 pieces and not have a problem. Number 6, brain fog, memory lapses, or sluggish thinking. The liver clears out toxins like ammonia, heavy metals, pesticides. If you don't get those filtered out, they circulate in your body. That's why pooping is so important, to get those toxins out. But you got to have the liver too to push them out and filter them. And it can disrupt the neurotransmitters and fog your focus. You may feel like your brain is just not firing. What would happen to me is it would cause vision issues because it was a headache. It was a liver headache. And the gallbladder meridian is right here. So I would get these eye pain or heaviness that would cause vision issues. I have 20/20. It might even be better than 20/20 at the age of 49. But when my liver headaches would come, or I would have this fogginess, I couldn't see. Number 7, hormonal imbalances or estrogen dominance. Our men are suffering testosterone's in the tank. Period. And I'm sure that's why so many of you are reaching for exogenous testosterone, women and men. How about fixing your body so it can produce the testosterone itself? My testosterone was in the tank. Today, very healthy testosterone. Have I taken exogenous testosterone? Nope. I've helped it with my liver and with natural things to boost my nutrition. And of course, eating wild animal protein in the vegetables and fruits according to the Accelerated Food Guide without the wrong ingredients of those healthy vegetables we think are good for us but are actually hurting our liver. Well, women will have these PMS, heavy irregular periods, breast tenderness, weight gain, Men, the low testosterone, belly fat, low motivation, those are signs that you have estrogen dominance. Your liver clears out our used hormones. So if it's overwhelmed, they recirculate, leading to hormonal chaos. And if your labs look normal, but your hormones feel off, the liver congestion is often the missing piece. That's why you got to look at the big picture, not just one number on the blood test, all of them together. So what's overwhelming your liver today? The halides, fluoride, chlorine, bromine. Fluoride and chlorine, they are in the news. They're in our water. Our foods, even the organic foods, even at Whole Foods and some of these natural markets, they're spraying our vegetables with chlorine, even though they're organic. Check it out and talk to your market. Tell them you don't want it. We're getting it in our water, our toothpaste, our baked goods. They block iodine. And to make matters worse, 96% of you are iodine deficient because it's not in our soils. It's not in our salts anymore. The iodized salt full of microplastics. So here we are taking in maybe a little bit of iodine that doesn't get processed, and it's paired with microplastics that we're trying to kick out. That doesn't do any good. So these are substances that are blocking iodine, which is needed for your liver. T4 and T3, your thyroid hormones, are tyrosine and 4 and 3 molecules of iodine. You can't have thyroid hormones without iodine. And we need them to activate the detox pathways and convert thyroid hormone in the liver. Number 2, seed oils and processed foods. Seed oils used to not be a big deal because we were eating some of them, but in the right ratios with the other foods. Now they're heavily put in our processed foods. Canola, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, corn oil. They're all oxidized and inflammatory. They get stored in the liver, creating fatty liver disease, slowing bile flow. Over 50% of adults have fatty liver disease. 25% of our children who don't drink alcohol have fatty liver disease. It used to be an alcohol's disease. We have an issue. They get stored in that liver and creating that fatty liver. Number 3, heavy metals and mold toxins. Heavy metals are in your organic chocolate protein powder. Okay, so even the health-minded people are being exposed. Mercury, lead, aluminum, mold mycotoxins damage the liver, enzymes, and lower glutathione. They are hidden in the fish, the fillings, cookware, coffee. They're everywhere. Number 4, EMFs and radiation. I carry my phone just like you do. The Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, all the smart meters, they disrupt mitochondrial energy in the liver without leaving behind a visible toxin. You can't see it, but it's there. I've got my computer, I've got my cell phone, I've got a camera, I've got plugs everywhere. We're all being exposed. So what do we do about it? When you're exposed or even on your phone, it can increase your blood sugar. It scrambles the frequencies in your brain, and your brain is trying to catch up to the frequency of the device. And that's why you get a headache. Number 5, medications and xenoestrogens. Every medication is filtered through the liver. Statins, birth control, antidepressants, add synthetic estrogens from plastics and body products, and no wonder our hormones are out of balance. So what do we do about it? Do the detox diets actually work? Doctors used to say, no, your liver is great at what it does. It does not need to go through a detox. Well, the doctors are actually turning it around and they're saying, yeah, I think we do. But most don't work. They use sulfur heavy ingredients. So what are the sulfur heavy ingredients? DIM. DIM is full of broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, all of those cruciferous vegetables. Glutathione and NAC, they're sulfur based. So once healthy for you, your detox pathways for sulfur have been hijacked because of because of glyphosate and other environmental toxins. So once healthy ingredients are now disrupting your detox pathways. Most starve your body and slow your metabolism, put you on green drinks and 500 calories a day. You're just losing water weight. You're increasing the fat and lowering your muscle. Your body's going to start eating away at its muscle. It's going to say, oh, well, I've only got so much money in the bank. I'm going to slow down my spending. At the end, you gain back that water weight and then some because your metabolism is slowed down and you're worse off. And it doesn't clean out your liver. It does not support bile. It does not flush out that bile because you need fat to flush that out. And it does not help the thyroid. The thyroid thinks you're in a starvation mode. It will increase that reverse T3, which is your stress hormone, your survival hormone, and it will decrease that free T3, which is your metabolism. It will also cause recirculation of toxins without the binders, or some of these detoxes will give you herbs that are releasing toxins, but you're not binding them up to get them out. You don't need a harsh cleanse. You need a daily detox support that actually works with your physiology and not against it. So here are the 4 supplements that I recommend to my clients to daily detox, and you eat real food. Number 1, acceleradine iodine. Why? You need that iodine for thyroid support. Like I said, 96% of you are deficient in iodine. Iodine deficiency is the number 1 cause for depression. Iodine deficiency is the number 1 cause for mitochondrial failure. When your mitochondria die, you die. You don't have healthy mitochondria, you age very fast. Acceleradine iodine is going to be the most bioavailable iodine out there. It's in monoatomic form, and it is carried with a non-GMO organic 200 proof alcohol. Why is that important? That is the most bioavailable carrier of the iodine to get it into every cell of the body, your brain, your thyroid, your liver. It helps detox the liver. It helps detox the thyroid. It supports that cell membrane. Your cell membrane is the brain of the cell, allows the toxins out, the nutrients in. And it is made up of iodine and fat. It has an iodolipid value. We need the iodine inside the cell to increase that ATP, that cellular energy, and we need the iodine outside the cell for your immune system and to cleanse the blood so the liver can do its job. It displaces fluoride, bromine, and chlorine. It fuels that thyroid liver synergy and mitochondrial detox, clears out the neurotoxins out of the brain. Number 2, accelerated liver care. Thank God this came out when I was in my own liver crisis, because it brought down my liver numbers from being at the level of 700. You want it under 20, your AST and ALT. Any liver doctor would have not let me leave their office. I used accelerated liver care, and in 2.5 weeks, my numbers came down. We have created this formula of 13 very specific herbs that work synergistically together and do not contain any sulfur or oxalates or any other ingredients that actually could turn someone the wrong way or could be inflammatory. It is known to boost the bile flow with the tuca and artemisia, reduce inflammation because of the skullcap and milk thistle, breaks down your liver and your kidney stones and fatty buildup with the phlanthus and the ginkgon cow, supports mitochondrial function, promotes hormonal balance. It uses calcium D-glucarate that binds up those xenoestrogens down in the gut. So you're not needing the DIM supplement. That's the reason people take DIM, but it's full of sulfur, could give you a liver headache and backfire, right? It helps with boosting your immune system, viruses, the microbes. And we have put in an ingredient called Palperera. No one's heard of it. It's a rare herb from South America, and it has studies with anti-cancer and anti-cirrhosis success. Every ingredient is very carefully, meticulously found. It has high life force, high concentrations. A lot of herbal supplements, including liver supplements, sprinkle in a little bit of this or a little bit of that so we can put it on the label. Our concentrations are 10-1. Most concentrations are 1-1. And then we enhance it with scalar frequencies to help open up the meridians to the liver and the gallbladder so everything gets to where it needs to go. Number 3 is the accelerated cellular detox powder. This is soaking up and binding those toxins that we're kicking out. It helps bind the heavy metals with zeolite, and it has chitosan in it that helps detox the body of excess dietary fat and cholesterol. It helps with the mold and the plastics, biofilms, parasites, and inflammation. It helps heal the gut lining, reduce the inflammation, especially with people with gut issues, leaky gut, Crohn's disease, colitis. It prevents the toxins from recirculating and protecting the liver. Number 4 is the accelerated ancient salt. This is scalar charged, unrefined salts with over 60 minerals. It stimulates bile flow and stomach acid. It helps with that pH balance. It breaks down fat. It supports your adrenal function. Did you know that you need more salt and more iodine when you're under a stress state? Who's not under a stress state? Right? It also helps with that cellular, intracellular hydration. Not the bloat, not the puffiness, but intracellular hydration. It enhances mineral status during your detox. If you're doing a fast, you need your iodine and salt and water, right? And I'm not saying that you should do a fast, but if you do, those are a must. So what do? In the morning, you take your iodine, you're going to build up your dosage, and you take it 3 times a day. You follow it 12 minutes later, 12 to 15 minutes later, with a pinch of the accelerated ancient salt under your tongue or in water. Midday, eat clean, whole meals, use the accelerated ancient salt on your food liberally, and take at night after dinner 3 to 4 capsules of accelerated liver care between meals or after your dinner, and then at least an hour later do the accelerated cellular detox powder. Now, I love doing the accelerated liver care twice a day for therapeutic effects. And when you are doing the accelerated liver cleanse, all you have to do is do exactly what we're talking about. Do the accelerated liver care twice a day. You add in a little malic acid. This is all in the accelerated liver flush cleanse. You're eating real food. And then on that last day after 2 weeks, you do a flush. All you do is you have a drink that's mixing olive oil and citrus fruit. It's emulsifying, and it is flushing out the gallstones. And it's helping release the toxic bile that is sludgy in your liver, in your gallbladder, and getting things out of your whole colon. It's amazing. You'll feel lighter, your eyes get wider, your hair starts growing thicker. You'll notice you're burning fat better, and you're actually processing the proteins that you're eating and getting them into your muscles. I couldn't build muscle when my liver was under attack, and now I can. It helps with the bile flow, the recirculation, boosting your mitochondrial and energy. You don't have the crashes. What would it be like to have energy all day long with no crashes? It's easy. So if you're experiencing skin flaring up, headaches, fatigue, hormones are off, gaining weight out of nowhere, this is where you want to turn. So hopefully this has been helpful. I am here for you, and thanks for tuning in to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. Here are the tools and the inspiration, and you can contact me for your own personalized protocol through the website at SaraBantaHealth.com. You can also join the free group coaching. Yes, it's free. You can ask your questions there. I post on a daily basis to give you motivation to keep moving forward. You can find these supplements at acceleratedhealthproducts.com and use coupon podcast10 on your first order. If you loved what you heard today, share this with a friend who's suffering, doesn't understand where those symptoms are coming from. And doing this will not only help them, but it will help this podcast reach more people like you. You can find me on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and over 100 different platforms. Just search Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. And remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.